President Trump making good on his promise to become the guardian of the Strait. The U.S. launching a fourth wave of airstrikes on Iran just before starting a new Hormuz blockade on the country's ports, which is now officially in effect. Earlier, President Trump abandoning his original plan to charge a 20% toll on shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. And instead, the president says America will be compensated through massive new trade and investment commitments from Gulf allies. Here's how he explained the strategy.
Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait, primarily, and then others. I spoke to all of them, and they would love to invest more money in the United States at record amounts, and that would be very acceptable. And this way, there's no fee. I don't like the concept of a fee, but at the same time, it's not fair that we're protecting this strait for the entire world, for China and everyone.
You know, Martha, I was fascinated by this today because I was in 2020 in the room with the Iraqi delegation and the president, and it was one of the times I saw the president be most harsh in trying to push the Iraqis to distance themselves from Iran. And today it's a much different relationship. You see the Iraqi prime minister very friendly with the president, talking about disarming militias. They clearly had a great relationship. President Trump invited him to lunch and then had a lot of news out of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think in many ways this could be the key to reorganizing the Middle East and isolating Iran even more. And I think that the model that they worked on today of disarming these Iranian militias within Iraq could, that's something that you can then use as leverage. Okay, to the Saudis, we realize that the Houthis are a tall opponent to deal with. They've been dealing with them in Yemen for a long time, but they need to quash these Iranian proxies all over. I mean, Israel would love to go finish off the Hezbollah job. And if the Iraqis are willing to get rid of the Iranian militias and the Saudis, work on the Houthis, and you start to really tamp down what are these tentacles of Iran, it really is amazing that they're like, it's like trying to eliminate something that keeps growing back, like weeds all over the Middle East. And they need to solve this problem in a way that isolates Iran. And I think that's a big one. Just one thought on the issue of the charging people to go through the strait. I think President Trump is still really, really angry at Europe for not stepping in, because if you flooded that strait with European ships, they don't have a lot of them, and our ships and all of the allies, and said, look, this is an open, free passageway, but they needed a large presence in order to do that. So he's like, you guys are the ones who get oil through here anyway, and so why don't you pay extra to come through here if we're going to be the guardians of the strait and protect it?
Yeah, and now he'll be getting trade deals out of this, Jesse.
I don't like the way we say he abandoned the freedom toll. I would frame it this way, Kayleigh. I would say he proposed the freedom toll, and then the Gulf Arab allies said, no, don't do the toll. We'll invest a lot of money in America. That's how I would frame it. But I didn't write the intro.
Nor did I.
So let's go back to 3 years ago. Take a little trip down memory lane, all right? Iran had a nuclear program. Iran had a military. Iran had proxies that were taking hostages and killing people. Iran had an Ayatollah who was straight. And we were giving them money. Now, they have no nuclear program. It's buried. They have no military. The Ayatollah is gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And their proxies are crippled. And inflation is lower than it was 3 years ago. Same with gas prices. Same with oil prices. So you look at that and you say, also, now we're the new OPEC, and also all of these Gulf Arab nations are building pipelines to circumvent the strait. So in 2.5 years, Iran's not going to have leverage over anything. And the only reason they're playing this game is they have no cards left to play. We decapitated them so brutally that the military faction is trying to keep this thing going, because a peace deal, they lose the grip on power. And the guys that signed this memorandum of understanding, they didn't have the clout to enforce it. So we're creating a little civil war inside the country, and we maybe might have to do some more decapitation strikes and knock off another layer, because now this is a new dynamic. You have a blockade, oil sanctions, and airstrikes. Never happened before. We always had the blockade and the peace deal. Now we have blockade plus airstrikes. There is no way Iran's coming back from that.
I think that's a great analysis, and I like the inflation.
You do?
My favorite, yes, I thought that was great. My favorite line today was Sleepy Joe was so sleepy, but he knew how to increase inflation, Trump said.
Hilarious. It was a laugh riot. I like in Jesse's scenario says, you know what happened? As if you know. But the Gulf allies called up and they said, no toll, no toll. What about Marco Rubio called up and said, could you run the clip of me a month ago where I said no tolls can exist on international waterways? That's the way this works. And the investment will come, what does it add to the $17 trillion that he says that we've already gotten, or whatever number he comes up with?
I think we're at 19 trillion now.
Yeah.
19 trillion.
21 left.
It's hard to keep up with.
Yes, it's going all too fast, and it's all too farcical for my simple liberal mind. I cannot believe that you guys are still pretending like this is going okay. Bombs and missiles didn't work. Diplomacy definitely didn't work. That MOU, which everybody in their right mind, so not you, Jesse, said, you know, this doesn't seem like a good idea. We're giving them a lot. Within, what, a few days, we had to yank back the waivers for the oil.
What did we do? We didn't give them any money.
You let them start shipping out, making money. You gave them access
and oil prices fell to 70 bucks
But you know
a barrel.
what's really interesting? So that inflation report was good. I said, oh my God, the biggest drop since April 2020, right? So 4.2% down to 3.5. Okay, I'm preparing for the 5. I want to make sure I want America to succeed. I want us to not pay too much. But I'm also wondering, like, well, what's the hitch? This is a huge drop. What's the difference maker? Oh, we had the fake promise of a diplomatic solution to this. Well, what does Trump do? It's like, oh, there's a good inflation report. Maybe I should do the thing that jacks up inflation right away. I should declare war again. But this time, I'm going to, quote unquote, ask Congress. Maybe they'll do a war powers vote again. Maybe then I'll just have to say, I actually respect Article 1 for the first time ever. And they did it, right? This is on Congress now. You know, I can't do anything because I have such respect for the Constitution. That's my scenario.
That was hard to follow.
Yeah, it was a lot.
With all due respect, it was almost funny, but then it got hard to follow.
Can you at least applaud Trump's...
The Constitution that threw you off?
No, it was the fact that Trump wanted to create inflation. I didn't get it.
Well, this jacks up prices if you go back to war.
$77
Still lower than what it was under Biden,
Right?
Jesse.
2
that
weeks.
outrageous.
Yes, let's have a bipartisan moment. We should all be able to applaud the restraint Trump showed by waiting till Pride was over to bomb the gay Ayatollah. There were no bombs in June. July is here. Inflation is down. This is a political winner for him in the sense that people want this to end and they feel like we have the cards. I'm not trying to flex here, but when I was in the Oval Office, which again, I didn't think I was going to get in. I was just there to get my cocaine out of the lockers. When they let me in. But when I was there and we were talking, it's the one thing he said about the media. He goes, you believe these people say I'm losing this war? And I said, Mr. President, if that's true, someone should wake up the Ayatollah and tell him. We're up 58-0. You may not like the way this is playing out in terms of there's a toll, there's no toll. I can't believe it's not toll. But how much of that might just be negotiating? Because as we said, the toll went out and the toll came back down in the name of investment. I don't know if it was a Rubio phone call. You don't know if it was a Rubio phone call. We just know there's no toll, which is good. And the Ayatollah did not get bombed until July.
There was no toll before we did any of this, and maybe they should have game planned out for them taking over the Strait.
Yeah, you're a military strategist, Jessica. Why don't you tell the Department of War how to win?
I think Jesse was right. I never get tired of winning, Jessica. I think that's what you're trying to say. All right. Come.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.